Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Watch Addiction Watch Review. Standing in front of you I have the Filippo Loretti Neptune automatic. This is the black dial variant. There are two variants, a blue dial variant and a black dial variant. And the pricing is around $300 US. If you check on their website below and down in the description, you can find a code for 10% if you sign up for their newsletter. Let's get started with what's on my wrist and we'll dig a little deeper. On my wrist is this Armatron watch. It's a vintage kind of recreation, which is pretty cool. You kind of just hit the button here and it tells you the time. Nice metal link bracelet, just a good decent everyday wear, and it's very affordable on Amazon. I believe they're like $20 or $30. And the shipping was pretty quick. It comes in this standard black cardboard box here, as you can see. This opens up. It's pretty simple packaging for, it's a $300 watch. I wasn't expecting that much for packaging. This brand has been around for a pretty long time. I'd say at least like 10 years. They did get their start, I believe, on Kickstarter. You just get kind of the box here. It folds over with a polishing cloth as well. Kind of just latches down. That's pretty much it. Now the watch itself is a dive watch, as you can see. We do get 300 meters of water resistance, a 120 click bezel, as you can see, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, with a loomed pip triangle up at the 12 o'clock position. We get applied polished markers here with an interesting black dial. If I get in a little closer, you can see. Kind of has like a checkered window pattern, which is quite interesting. And we do have a screw down crown as well for that 300 meters of water resistance. The watch is solid 316L stainless steel all around. Pretty simple design, a bit classy in my opinion there. Definitely looks like a true dive watch though. In terms of actual dimensions, we're looking at 43 millimeters across the case here. There are no crown guards on this crown here. So we have 43 millimeters in case diameter here. We're looking at a case thickness of 12.5 millimeters. Very interesting case shape. Nice little Filippo Loretti signed crown there, which is screwed in. Pretty nice and polished on the sides. On the bottom portion, then we get brushing on the top portion. Pretty interesting case. I haven't seen something like this before on this channel. But yeah, we get 300 meters of water resistance, and we do also get some nice colors on this actual dial here. There are some hints of red for the automatic down at the 6 o'clock position. We get a blacked out day and date. This is an NH36 from Seiko. Pretty common movements. We get a day and a date. It flips over, as you can see, Monday the 10th. We get a lollipop sweeping red seconds hand to match that automatic in red. Everything is highly polished. And there is some lume on the outer portion of those applied indexes there, which is quite interesting. You do get a synthetic sapphire crystal. It's not a true full sapphire crystal. It's kind of like I would say a mineral. It's like a mineral crystal coated with sapphire or something of that nature. At this price point, I'll kind of expect a full sapphire crystal, but it definitely feels pretty tough. Now, the NH36 beats at 3 Hz, which is 21,600 beats per hour. You get about a 40-hour power reserve. We'll go ahead and unscrew the crown here. Pretty nice, smooth, silky action. Self-winding in the first position. Pull this out to the second position here in this movement. We can flip through the date here, 12, 13, 14, and go the other way for the day of the week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Pretty smooth. Final position is hacking. We do get hacking on this movement, so you can set the time precisely. This one is running pretty accurate, about plus 3 or 4 seconds per day. Go ahead and set the time here on these nice loomed hands. And yeah, I'll set it to 10:10 there. You can see the nice Filippo Loretti logo below the 12 o'clock position. Getting into the bezel, it's a 120 click dive bezel if you want to time up to 60 minutes. Nice coin edging on this as well. It's pretty smooth, I must say. Really no backplay. Quite surprising. Pretty good bezel action. Everything does line up perfectly to that 12 o'clock position, which is very nice. Now the watch does come on a stainless steel bracelet. Very interesting stainless steel bracelet, I must say. It is polished on the center portions and brushed on these outer portions here. It is using, if you can see here, it is using pins instead of screws, which is okay at this price point. You get a nice flip open here, and you pop this open here. As you can see, nice custom stainless steel milled clasp with 1, 2, 3, 4 micro adjustments there. Which is pretty decent. I believe there's a diver's extension. No, there isn't. But yeah, nonetheless, it's a pretty decent diver. It's called the Neptune, as you can see here. On the case back, we get a nice custom molded Neptune. You can see that. There you go. Screw down case back. No quick release on this bracelet. Between the lugs, we're looking at 22 millimeters, which makes this very easy to swap bands if you want. There definitely is some air coating, as you said, blue hint on the dial there, which looks pretty decent on different angles. But yeah, nonetheless, a pretty decent, everyday dive watch. What more can I say? Interesting dial, something I haven't seen before. Also, a case design I haven't seen before. This kind of looks like a Doxa or something of that nature. Like plants on the wrist very nicely, like a Seiko or something like that, which is pretty interesting to see from this brand. But as you can see, the finishing is actually pretty decent. The brushing and the polishing, a mixture of polished and brushed surfaces on this case here. But nonetheless, let me get a lume shot, throw it on my wrist, and I'll give you my final thoughts on this new release from Filippo Loretti. Fully loomed up, as you can see, there is lume on the hands, the 12 o'clock pip, and the markers. Pretty decent. Seems like C3 Super Luminova. Glows pretty decent. I would have liked to see some lume on the actual bezel insert, but can't complain there. I posted up on my 6.5-inch wrist. The watch fits pretty decent on the wrist, I must say. Pretty comfortable. Definitely fits perfectly across the wrist. I'd say that about 47, 48 lug to lug this watch measures in at, and very legible at all angles. Looks, it's kind of dressy but sporty at the same time. You can definitely tell it is a dive watch, which is a good thing, of course. The dial, the symmetry of the dial is pretty good also, considering the text of Filippo Loretti and 30 ATM, water resistant, automatic. Nothing really looks out of place. Personally, I like throwing on a rubber band probably. Considering, it's a decent bracelet, but I do like to wear dive watches on rubber bands, especially if you're going in the ocean, the pool, which you definitely can with this watch. It's 300 meters water resistant. Furthermore, guys, I think this is a pretty decent watch for $300. You're getting an NH36 from Seiko, an automatic movement that's very reliable. You're getting a new interesting case design that I haven't really seen before, a custom stainless steel bracelet. You're also getting, something that's different. This brand doesn't produce many dive watches, I don't think. I've seen some of their watches from a few years ago, and I haven't heard from the brand since, but definitely something cool they've released. There also is a blue dial variant of this watch, so definitely check it out on their website. No quality control issues on my end here. Shipping was pretty quick, about 3 to 4 business days to the United States, to New York, which is pretty good. But yeah, I think it's a pretty cool dial. I like the dial, how it looks. I like everything with the red accents. But yeah, nonetheless, pretty decent watch for $300. You can save 10% if you check out on their website. There's a little code there if you sign up for their newsletter. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think of this watch down in the comment section below, as usual. Definitely leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel, share the video with your friends, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.